Hey, cousins. How are we today? Welcome to Allegedly Friday, where all things said are for entertainment purposes and are allegedly. Oh, how are we? How are we? How are we? So, it's a whole lot going on, y'all. As per usual, um, I wrote down a few things, and it's getting interesting out here. We'll just say that. So, whoo, child. It's been a long day for me, y'all. Excuse me. So we got Moneybag Yo with an alleged $100 million lawsuit, child. 100. Thank you, Frida. Oh Lord, it hurt to say that. $100 million lawsuit. Ari and Tucson. I want to read the energy between Ari and Tucson. So allegedly, child, they had a audition for a new show that they were doing or whatever they were doing over there. And it said that Ari told people if they want a spot on the show to, throw hands with Tucson. And Tucson ended up, fighting like Leonidas in the 300. So it's like, why would you do that to Tucson? Tucson, if this is true, child, why are you still dealing with Ari? She treats you like this. We gonna find that out later. Diddy grieving, wailing, and crying over Clive Davis. What's next for him? It's alleged that Diddy was going through all of the fields and he really, really, really broke down in prison over the loss of Clive Davis. That's what they said, y'all. Lizzo flops and blames Nicki backlash, allegedly. Jermaine Dupri backlash over Clive Davis tribute suggestion for the BET Awards. Let's see how folks gonna feel about Jermaine Dupri. Now that he suggested that we honor, Clive Davis, it's so many reasons why I'm laughing at that. Jermaine, now I don't feel sorry for that football gig that you lost. I promise you, I don't. I promise you, I don't. That one right there, I don't even feel bad for Jay Z telling you not to take the job no more. Allegedly. And is Zeus under investigation for an alleged um, body, unalive body being found on a tour bus after an altercation? Now, we don't know this to be true, but it is rumored that there was an altercation. Somebody may not have made it through. Right now, this is just an allegation. Okay, a rumor without regard, allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. And it's kind of interesting that I don't know if y'all saw it, Lemmy and Husseline Hernandez have made up, they have apologized to each other, they were on camera telling each other they love each other and all of the things. So we can look off into, matter of fact, let me write that down right now. Lemmy and Jocelyn, the apology with a question mark. All righty. So I'm gonna, chit chat with y'all for a minute, let a few more people get on in here. Parallax, you said, child, they were both at the table being very, very kind and respectful to one another. I felt I, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like, what is this? You said that forehead is amazing. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Nice of you to notice. Said Jocelyn being held hostage. Child, the only way I believe a Hellcat like Jocelyn Hernandez is being held hostage is if Amber Rose is guarding the door. Because outside of what's her name? Little Scrappy's his children's mom. Was it Erica? Child, that's the only other person I seen her back down from. I'm not gonna tap into Carmelo's appeal on here. That's something I'll probably do as a deep dive because I need to center myself and I don't like to read from an angry place. So I have to definitely meditate to keep from being hostile. So I always want to give things in clear energy and not emotional energy. You said traverse the full length of the strait, ships pass through the territorial waters in Iran. Okay. Said it was him touching her belly for me because I know you like it. Child, I told you I felt like I was in a Twilight Zone. Like, what is this? Yes, Erica, baby. Speaking of Scrappy, y'all, how about I was scrolling through YouTube, filling out my list before I came on. And Scrappy has out a new song and a video. And if I'm not mistaken, the song was produced by Spice. And it's actually a cute vibe. So if Spice is doing production right now, I think that's a good look for her. And I like the sound that the two of them had together. I just wish that a lot more of the artists from Love and Hip Hop focus more on their music because now that the rug has been snatched from up under everybody, everybody is like, I gotta hurry up and, you know, make their mark all over again. Said it was awesome meeting your sister yesterday, Angel. Y'all were too funny. Oh, thank you. I think I'm gonna put a picture up in membership. I ain't gonna put it up on the regular page. I'm gonna see. But we were handling a few things today, and child, wait till I get back in membership to talk to y'all, cause Lord have mercy. Let's just say who we were conversing about. They're a little tender today. Either way, um, she when she finally woke up, y'all, because she went to sleep on us. She really, really enjoyed being able to be here and, see me work and to read the comments on the screen, even though Austin wasn't present. Said, oh, okay, I like Scrappy. Hey, Tiff. Yeah, Scrappy got a whole new song. It's cute. You said bald headed Pat Bobby. Child, bald headed Pat her in her household. her, her whole household. They'll be fine. You say you feeling left out. Oh, don't worry about it, baby. Don't it ain't too much going on. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Heavenly Father, give it back to her tenfold. Hold on. Let me put some love on that. So let me see. I think we got enough people in here. We can go ahead and get this whole thing started, especially since I got here a couple minutes late. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, I saw Mama D got a food truck, but I saw it said no exchanges, no refund in the window. So you mean you tell me if you mess up somebody food, they can't get an exchange? You can't say no exchange, no refund on people food. That make me Say right then and there, okay, girl, enjoy. Like, you're telling me no matter how my food come out, I can't get it exchanged? Mm-mm. No, you burn my food, drop it on the floor. See yeah, that's cute though. I like that she named it in that order. It's to me, it's like that's one of those things, you pay first and then you hope for the best. But I tell you this, child, she better make sure that food be food. And like y'all said, that gumbo 2.0, we'll need. Y'all, here's the funny thing. Do we even know what kind of food Mama D is serving? Did anybody catch that? I saw that sign that said no refund, no exchange, but I don't know what she's selling. Now we got to give it to Trick Daddy Dollars. His food look good. We got to give it to Trick. His food look good. You said soul food, baby. I already don't eat everybody food. Not for damn sure don't eat everybody soul food. You ain't gonna have me driving with my guts bubbling. Mm-mm. No, ma'am, no, sir. Said it has to be soul food or barbecue. Ooh, not you left your child for unalive special. No, thank you. Like that right there was kind of weird. I'm like, no, you can't be telling people if their food messed up, they can't get it replaced. Now, that's something you can't do. I'm good, Charm. How are you, sweetheart? So let's see who we got up. Y'all want to do Lizzo first, or y'all want to do Jermaine Dupri? Which I'll see what y'all say down in the chat, and whichever one I see more of is the one we're gonna kick it off with. Oh, child, Lizzo leading. Did you say loose skin? Okay, look like Lizzo winning, child. Oh, did you say do GLP first? Thank you for the compliment on the nails. Why we all got smart mouths? Hey, Joey Gaming, I haven't seen you in here in a minute. What's Poppington? Lord have mercy. Okay, Lizzo by a landslide. Y'all are funny. Do GLP first. Damn, damn, damn. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Cut the light on my table. And ooh, let me cut my ringer off on this phone because it'd be just my luck, my phone to ring, and y'all will hear my ghetto ringtones. I don't mind y'all hearing my ghetto ringtones, but I don't need YouTube, you know, striking my channel because I'm playing music. They don't like us playing music unless you're doing a review. And even with that, that get dicey too. So let's see. Lizzo child, they said do you first. Tyler! Oh my gosh. Oh, I know which one I forgot. Y'all let me know if y'all interested in this or if you want me to do a deep dive. Either way, put it in the chat for me. Um, is Rick Ross going broke? Do y'all want me to tap into that tonight, or would y'all like that to be a deep dive? Yeah. You said the GLP has fried me. Okay, I'm seeing deep dive. Okay, deep dive. Okay, wait a minute. We got a tap in tonight, tonight, tonight. Deep dive. Okay. It looks like tonight is winning. It looks like tonight is winning, but it's close. Okay, I see another tonight. Okay, another tonight. I see a deep dive. Another tonight. Okay, how about for tonight? I can tap into why he was on that economy flight, and then I could do a deep dive later. That way we'll do it that way. We're gonna find out why he was on that economy flight, hiding and ducking from people taking pictures of him, and then we could do the deep dive later. Because for me, I find it quite interesting that everybody is going broke at the same damn time. Mayweather done lost his last $2 allegedly. I guess he didn't know his plane was gone. I don't know if Rick didn't know his plane was gone. It's just a lot going on with everybody going broke at the same damn time. It's like y'all either sick or broke and sick, or sick of being broke. I don't know what's happening. I mean, child, it's but I did tell y'all that things would align with traffic being cleaned up and certain people going broke. Now, I'm not saying that that's his story. I'm just saying that that's a thing, that as they clean up traffic, as they get rid of the traffic jams, a lot of people are going to end up, having financial issues because traffic is very profitable. And, allegedly, that's how a lot of people make their chicken. But without any further ado, let's go into our first topic. Y'all, I can't get that out of my head. GLP, Lord have mercy. I can't say nothing about nobody with no GLPs, y'all. I bought some potato chips that are buttered flavored. Like, that is some greedy shit. You buy some chips that taste like butter. Irish butter at that. Whew. Show me the energy. Show me the energy around Lizzo. Y'all, they said she sold 2,700. 2,700. Y'all, having a Grammy is starting to look real cheap. All these Grammy Award winners, these numbers is not numbering. 27. They see, and they talk shit about Lotto. Lotto was over 30,000. 2,700. No, it was rounded up to 3,000. So 26.50. Child, I feel like we on the Price is Right. This don't make no damn sense. So it was rounded up to 27 too. Lord have mercy. Mikey. Ooh, child. You said they can't sell records but fake streams. They can sell records but fake streams, Lord. Ooh. Having a Grammy don't mean nothing no more. I mean, it really don't, because the Grammy winners are starting to look crazy. Show me the energy around Lizzo. Show me the energy around Lizzo. Show me the Lizzo energy. Said, I wonder how Annabelle numbers our next album. Well, if they anything like this song they just put out for the World Cup, not so much. The song that she put, y'all, oh my gosh. I'll be back. Put a pin in this. We're gonna come back and talk about this. Show me Lizzo. Show me Lizzo. Eight of oh Lord, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. So expect her to speak out more. Or possibly become an independent artist and speak out more about work and how things have been affecting her working in the industry. I told y'all the Snitch Olympics is underway. So everybody is about to be telling their story, playing their violins, their saxophones, and every damn thing else. Said it was 2650. Her streams went from about 2.7 million in the first week to Lord have mercy, 950,000. That's not good at all, especially for an artist of her caliber, because she really is talented, no matter what. Like she's a musician, a singer. That's wow. That is wow. Those accusations took her down through there. Yeah, the world. So it's like she feels like she invested a hell of a lot and she was expecting a return, but it looks like, she may be facing uh being released from her contract, and I wouldn't be surprised about that. Is she over at Atlantic as well? Uh-oh, the goat, Lord have mercy. Is she over at Atlantic as well? Well, she could be the next one being thrown out like the baby with the bathwater, because the world means that they could literally wrap her up with a bow and send her on her way with no stamp. Like, we don't even want you to come back. You say you can't be Pablo if your work ain't selling. Child. I know local artists that run circles around these numbers. And, and pay attention, y'all. They only report certain artists to the Billboard list. Y'all know how many local artists are selling 20, 30, 50,000 and nobody is talking about it? You say being thrown out for Trim. They might need to hold on that one. Trim she ain't really crossed her T's and dot her I's yet. Trim is way more excited about her progress than she is about actual progress. Now, is she working? I give it to her. She's working. But has she shown herself to be a staple, somebody that's gonna be here? I haven't seen it yet. Trim hasn't given me anything that doesn't feel like karaoke Nikki. Like even this new song, the Nobody song. The Nobody song sound like you was listening to Old Body. What was that? The New Body song? It sounded like you was listening to Nikki's verse from New Body, and then you expounded upon it. So it's like, child, either you gonna work with her and say, I pay homage, or you need to really expand your sound and your brand, because I haven't heard anything from Trim that doesn't sound like someone else. I want to know what Trim sounds like. Who is Trim? Trim is giving me um like it's literally like carpool karaoke. Like if I'm in traffic and I'm rapping Nikki in traffic, that's what it feel like. Said Charleston, South Carolina. That don't mean shit. She still sound like regurgitated Nikki. I wouldn't care if she came from the left side of Mars. She hasn't given me anything that shows me who she is and what she brings to the table. I want to actually know what her cadence sounds like, what her flow pattern sounds like. I want to know what she brings to the table that I haven't already eaten already. But as for Lizzo, look like Lizzo stuck. She don't know which way to go, what to do. This talks about contract negotiations and agreements. A lot of money was spent on this. It's like, I don't want to say a lot of money was spent. I want to say more so like she had to take more of an active role in the money that was spent or how money was spent, because the label doesn't feel like they're actually pushing anymore. More, it's almost like being an independent without being an independent, if that makes sense. But I will tell y'all this: Chloe Bailey's mixtape is cute. I was riding around listening to her mixtape, excited, like gas is going down, the mixtape is cute. I can ride to this. I can actually ride around and not worry about gas being $1,000. Said I ain't heard an accent yet. Child, I know I ain't heard an accent. And you talking about Geechee Gullah, child, where? Where? I ain't found it in you. So she sounds more like a New Yorker. She sound like something. She don't sound like South Carolina. She don't sound like the Kakalakis at all. I don't hear any of that Carolina Gold barbecue sauce at all. I don't hear none of that rice and tomatoes and okra and gullah rice. I don't hear none of that in anything she doing. Oops, said her label mate was outside barefoot pregnant. The signs were there. Um, well, I did tell y'all it was a possibility that she would find out that she was on tour. And if she is, that will make her go back to somebody, you know who. So, child, out from outside to back in the house and still ain't went no damn where. It's crazy. Literally, you dropped outside pregnant and ended up outside pregnant, allegedly again, within the same damn year. You cannot make this shit up. But as for Lizzo, she's gonna have to go in a new direction, and she's juggling with what to do now, where she's gonna go, worried about how things are gonna work out. Yeah, I'm serious. From outside to back in the house to back outside and pregnant again. And you just told us that you and this man broke up. Did she ever leave Love and Hip Hop New York? I mean, seriously, did she ever leave Love and Hip Hop New York? It's like she never clocked out. Like all of this would be great for reality TV. It would be very toxic. It would be very, 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 Zeus Network. Child, Two of Swords and the Three of Wands. So this right here feels like Lizzo is losing opportunities. So she's definitely not getting the help that she needs, the push that she needs from the label. It feels like she may be losing endorsements or opportunities. Um, she's really in a place where she has to figure out how to move forward, and I don't think she knows how. It's like she's in a rut. You said I agree Cardi would get a bag for her life drama. I mean, instead of telling us about it on Spaces, baby, get you a camera crew, sell it. But child, I can't get over her saying that folks are obsessed with her personal life. And all I could think about is we didn't know who you were dating until you told us. You can't get mad for people tuning in when you have an episode every week. That's what happens. You tell people stuff, they listen, it becomes interesting, and then you come back and tell them something else, and then they get hooked and be like, "Well, girl, what happened this week?" Like you came to Gail and told us. So you got the star here and the ace of sword. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here. I want to go here. The star can talk about, healing a situation, rectifying something, but that's not what I just got. We know the star can be an air sign, okay? And this is either you learned the truth or you know the truth about an air sign. At this point, who don't? I mean, that's what I would like to know. Who doesn't know and who's gonna do something about it? So, Ten of Cups, Queen of Wa- Ten of Cups, Queen of Wands. Child, don't be surprised if you see her eventually wanting to heal things with the Queen of Wands and her family. Because a child, I don't even know why the Queen of Wands would even be in this equation, but it's that if you can't beat them, join them type energy, and realizing that you may have put the cart before the horse, so you need to get things in proper alignment and order. So it looks like this will be, a really humbling experience. But I find this just very intriguing. Okay, Nikki, quiet. Nikki is quiet. She's not saying anything to anyone. She's quiet. We're hearing more about her in her silence than we heard when she was actually outside popping it. They can't even let her be quiet. Yeah, this talks about a betrayal, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this feel like Lizzo may want to start spilling her guts. Like she is totally fed up and frustrated with the way things are going with work, her career, her not getting a push right now, her feeling like she's being shunned, pushed out, shut out of certain things. Um, she feels totally betrayed. Everything I'm saying is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. So she's continuing to try to manifest to push forward, but it's like every time she tries to push forward, there may be someone that, puts things on hold or stifles things with her project. And when you're signed, you can't drop when you want to. So it may be a drawn out process for her to contact someone and hear back from them. And then when she hears back from them, it's just stop and go, push, pull, push, pull. Said Lizzo just doesn't make good music. She needs to go in another direction. Well, I do see her going in another direction because she's trying to keep from being dropped from the label. Sometimes artists get in a pocket and they need to work with other people to expand the creative process. You don't want to get to a point to where you make music and the music becomes stale because you just get stuck in a box. Say, yep, shelf, that's what happened. Well, this don't even look like shelf. This look like dropped. King of Pentacles. Yep, they're only concerned, and I told y'all this before. They're only concerned with whoever can turn profit, whoever can make money for the company. Oop, you said I guess rapping Lizzo was an epic failure. I think Lizzo's got to stop being like the girls, if you get what I mean. It's like she's looking at other people and she's trying to do what they're doing because it's like, okay, well, that's what's hot. I'm going to do what they do. But the problem is she has to understand she's a classically trained musician. So her trying to be like the girls doing what appears to be popular is not going to work for her because she actually has real talent. She has talent that these girls don't have. So, trying to do, baddie baddie shot o'clock and all the things that the girls are doing, it's it actually lowers her credibility because she can do so much more than they can. A lot of them are flash in the pans anyway. They can't read sheet music, they can't play instruments, they can't multitask when it comes to being able to rap or sing. So it's like she's in a lane where she doesn't need to look backwards to see what somebody else is doing because she's already ahead of them. So I hated that Lizzo was trying to be like all of the rap girlies, and it's like the rap girlies are the ones that can't compete with you. They're not in the lane where they were getting 4 Grammys. Those rap girlies that you're trying to keep up with, they're not selling out whole arenas. Child, you can put 15 of them together, and you better hope you can sell out the Y. So she's trying to get balance in her life after this huge tower moment. um, and she really, really does not know how to move forward or what to do because this was like the shock of a lifetime for her. She didn't expect this at all. Said she got low self-esteem, them girls that she wanted to be like. Well, said what made Lizzo so big was because she was great being different, playing instruments. Right. And then to see that she's, for one, y'all listen, playing a flute, the armature of a flute is not easy. I'm a brass player. Me and woodwind instruments, I could never really get the armature right, especially like anything that had a reed or a double reed. If the instrument had a reed, throw it away. It just leave me alone, throw it away. I could not get the hang of it. So shout out to anybody that can play a flute. And then, for her to be able to play fluently and she can twerk and she can do a full performance, that's that marching band training. That says a lot because she's able to do circular breathing and continue to perform. A lot of people don't even know what circular breathing is, let alone how to do it. So I just, I wish she could find her niche, um, find what makes her her, but following the girls ain't gonna do it because the girls were never gonna get to where she was going to. You said you played clarinet. Okay, we played the same sheet music then. The trumpet and clarinet always has the same sheet music because we're the melody or the words to the songs. You said this one time at band camp. Child, look. Now you got the world justice and the king of wines. So she was expecting, something that was going to be, a windfall, a blessing. Now look at this, King of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Like this was supposed to be a great alignment for her that was going to bring balance to her career. It was going to bring her, bookings and things of that nature. Okay, so this makes sense why she aligned with some of them people, y'all, and got to talking about the pink lady because it seemed like she was with the winning team. Keyword, sing. This feels like, feeling like you'll be looked after or incentivized. Oh, who tried to choke me? Lord, mercy, mercy. Said incentivize. They're like, shut up. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. Definitely wasn't incentivized. Four of Wands in reverse. This is loss of stability and engagement. And there's the Tower. Now we know engagement when it comes to entertainment and music. That means your impressions, your streams, things of that nature, your digital footprint, and it's not doing what it's doing or what she thought it was going to do. So it's all types of uncertainties, and she's excuse me, y'all. I don't know what just happened. It feels like she knows that she could be at the end of the road with her career. And it's like, I have to go in a new direction. I can't believe I'm in this space. This is almost like going back to square one when she was, when she was hungry to get into the industry and try to fight and find herself. And maybe this is what she needed because, sometimes people get comfortable, they get complacent, and then they get a little soft, they get a little boring. So maybe this is what she needed to shake her up, to make her go back to what made her her in the first place. The Lovers, okay? So she's got all types of changes in her life. Heartbreak at the bottom of the deck. Child, you said burn some sage. I think I am, because that was like, woo. Um, so it's like her personal life allegedly could be up in the air. I hope that she don't break up with the person she was with, but it's just like it's that dark night of the soul energy. It's like everything that she's accustomed to, that is normal, that is her, regular life, it's all flipping upside down. And it's happening so swiftly. So she's trying to follow her intuitions. And it's like I can't believe this is happening. Like this is like y'all, and I tell y'all this is like, like damn, do I go independent? What do I do from here? Says, so I wonder if her initial success was due to bots or if they were real. No, her initial success was real because you can't fake selling out arenas. Now you got to give her props on that. She was selling out arenas, child. All those folks, they were coming out. They were buying those tickets. I don't know if she's getting as much play on regular radio anymore because I don't listen to regular radio. But at one point in time when she was on the top 10 and top 40 radio stations, especially with her being pop, she had a bigger fan base. And it's just like I feel like that incident just literally pulled the plug on everything. So the start, it talks about having hope, faith that things will heal, be rectified, but she really doesn't know. It's like she took a gamble. She has so much invested in this, and it just did not produce the yieldings that she thought it would. Ten of Cups, the wounded warrior. So it's like she's like, I may be struggling now. I've been through a lot, but eventually I'm going to end up on top. She's staying hopeful that she's going to have opportunities coming. At least she's trying her best to. You said they really tried to come for you. Yeah, they did. They said if you better not say incentivized. So you got the moon here falling under the Ten of Swords. And that's a very interesting combination because the Ten of Swords is letting you know that there's an epic betrayal that, is literally completely destroying somebody, something that, they probably can't recuperate from. But the moon is talking about not knowing where the real betrayal actually comes from. And so, like, she's going to have some conversations with some people. And I expect her to, get in her feels. Like, expect her to do like maybe late night conversations where she sit up with her fan base and she talks to them real live and direct about what she's going through. And just starts opening up about why this experience is not what people think it is. So, King of Cups, right now, she's very deep in her feelings. She doesn't know how to express herself or how she feels at the moment because it's like she just knew she was going to be able to, manifest, something way, way different, way bigger than this. And she knows this is going to affect her offers, her career, her sponsorship. So, hmm, Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups. So I feel like somebody played in her face because there was, it's supposed to be a certain amount for a budget collaboration with her, and it's just like it's like somebody just baiting you. Like, you see, like, follow the breadcrumbs until you get to the loaf of bread. And she's been following the breadcrumbs, and it's like, where is the loaf of bread? So I don't think that she's getting the help that she should have been getting for this album at all. She hasn't been in a while. Say, "Oh, okay, let us know, Melissa, what happened." Uh, Nikki did say that she lost 300 pounds to sell 300 copies. Lord Jesus. Said, now look at her. Pitiful. Ooh, y'all, Lord. Said she needs to leave Nikki and worry about the album sales. Said don't Lizzo got that case. No, the case was it pretty much was thrown out. That's over. So they weren't able to find her guilty, and that was the end of that. Uh ooh, you said cue the violins. We don't give a damn. LOL. Bullying people, now you getting that karma. What damn? Well, I don't know about the karma child, but this is very humiliated. Public humiliation, regret. This is a lot of public humiliation and regret. So, yeah, it was dismissed. It was. So here it is. Um, we're looking at collaborations here. It looks like she invested a lot in the collaborations. She may have paid some of these people out of her own pocket due to potential budget concerns or deadlines that needed to be, closed out. And it's like, okay, well, I'll take care of it myself. Yeah, I promise you, it's like they treating her like she's an independent. I don't see much help at all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, the hermit, the hierophant. Yeah, that falls under the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands, y'all. They could drop her because it is out of nowhere and she won't even see it coming. And it's like she's trying to fight that. She's trying to find a way to turn this around, but it just seems like they're trying to decide if it's time to just go ahead and cut her contract. So she might be independent sooner than we think. It depends. It's not looking too good. Says she better get into her composer bag and write some music. She could even do scores. We're talking about somebody that's a musician. This is a whole bunch she can do. So we got Lizzo on out the way. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The number surprised me. I thought I had read it wrong. Like, was that like the first 15 minutes? What are these numbers? But to be honest, I don't even know what her numbers were from her mixtape. I really don't. Okay, we can go to Ari and Tucson. So yeah, let me switch decks. We can look at the energy between Ari and Tucson. See what's really happening between Ari and Tucson. Yeah, she had a mixtape. She was rapping. Damn, the word ain't getting out at all with Lizzo. You said love De Niro down. You said that flop too. I I don't know the numbers on that one at all. I couldn't tell you one way or the other. But yesterday's price ain't today's price, and that's not good because hers is got to be all the way down. I wonder what her booking fee used to be versus what it is now. Damn. I mean, real talk, y'all. Think about that. What was Lizzo's booking fee when she was hot versus what it is now? Drastic contrast. And just to think, she was supposed to do the Super Bowl, y'all. See, what am I going to use? And hold on while I look for the deck. I don't want to use that one. Let's see. What is this I'm hearing about Ari out here having street brawls in New York, allegedly? Saying that she tore that girl up. Ari, who you out here throwing hands and feet with in New York? Child, what? I mean, her face looked like she must have been the winner because everything up here was good. Her nails were intact. She just happened to have what was it? It was like a bruise on her legs. And she said that both her thumbs were bothering her. She feel like she fractured, one of her bones in her hand. And it's a possibility. I guarantee you it's a possibility. Let me tell you something, LMD Minaj. I broke my neck in 3 places and had fractures in my spine. And guess what? I got up out of the car not knowing I had none of this stuff going on. And it wasn't until they laid me on the stretcher that I started feeling a tingling sensation. I got to the hospital. They told me it was a possibility I'd never walk again. So fractures can happen. They definitely can. I'll tell you what it told me when I heard that. If she's feeling that in both her thumbs, that means when she fights, she tucks her thumbs like this. If you ever fight, okay, we're not encouraging violence. Untuck your thumbs because that is how you break your thumbs in a fight. You literally can break your thumb and put pressure on your ulnar nerve, which goes all the way up your shoulder and your neck when you tuck your thumbs. Untuck your damn thumbs. So that's what that told me. I said you might have been winning the fight, but I bet you that impact when she was punching allegedly was absorbed here because her thumb was overextended. So you never want to tuck your thumbs. Usually people who tuck their thumbs, they probably have nails like mine. But to save yourself a lot of issues and possible arthritis and all that type of stuff later with your hands being all messed up, never tuck your thumbs. Said always the first two knuckles in a punch. Well, it depends on which way you position your hands too. Said I'm not buying she even had a fight. Oh, she got bruises. I watched the video when she was talking. She got bruises. So if she didn't have a fight, something physical happened. And the girl from Chicago. So I ain't gonna, put it past her. But it's like, why and with who? Why are you out here, throwing hands? What happened? With Ari and Tucson. Is this for the show? Is this for the show or was this real life? Ari and Tucson. Show me the energy between Ari and Tucson. What is their relationship like? Terry Ellis. Oh, you said Angry Orchard got into a fight. Said if she could tell us anything, she may as well tell us everything. That's why I said, was it a part of the show? Because if it was something that happened while she was filming, she may not be able to give us full details because they're going to use footage. We'll just have to figure it out. Ari and Tucson. Two of Pentacles. So their relationship runs hot and cold. It definitely runs hot and cold. Hey, 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 welcome to the chat. Two of Pentacles is like 50-50. They deal with each other and they don't. These are people that are more so associates. Like they may be more like, the people that you may have a good time with, like the person you gossip with, you go to happy hour with, but it just feels like it lacks depth. Said Ari was seen in the club was Drake and Ibiza. I heard about that. Um, Four of Pentacles, this talks about someone being stingy and selfish, um, and maybe having issues with accountability and facing the truth. So this is a very one-sided friendship, or it feels like one party has more of the power in the friendship. The dynamic is more so in one person's, energy than the other. The moon. So I don't know if this got nothing to do with the altercation, but this right here. Hey, Avid Chatter, I ain't seen you in forever. So yeah, I feel like, we talking about that alleged altercation she had. They may be mum's the word, not saying everything they need to be saying because people could possibly get locked up. Okay, so this on street code. Y'all pull up, dust each other off, and went on about y'all business. Okay. Yeah, so it's a lot riding on this. And the Hermit, these two may not really be in contact right now. You said, "I know I had to come in here after Clive finally used up his last 4th tank of oxygen. How did I know you would be the one? How did I know you would be the one?" Focus. I knew you would be the one. We haven't even spoke on him today, but we will because we're gonna tap into the energy around Diddy because they said he was wailing, crying, and sliding down the wall, child. He was going through all of the feelings. They probably was playing Mary J for him. He was going through it. He could not take it. He was more upset about losing Clive than he was about leaving the children at the house when it got raided. So you got the Empress here, okay? And when I say this is so one-sided between them, Eight of Swords, there's something attached to this situation where it's like the air is so thick, like they can't talk about certain things because nobody wants to go to jail. So it's always going to be a gray area with some of this stuff because it's just a lot. Would you say not go cry, child? Don't make me do it. We ain't even on Twitch. Said I bet he cried more for Clive than he did for Kim. I bet you I wouldn't doubt it. I would never get over the fact that Kim's casket was pre-ordered and it was a gold casket. And solid gold caskets take a while to make, and they take weeks, possibly months on back order to get a solid gold casket. So you mean to tell me you had already put in an order for this woman's casket months before she died and she was supposed to be passing away from pneumonia? Okay. So we're talking about things going in a different direction and like 0 to 100. So it kind of makes me wonder why Tucson sticks around because it's just it's like he's around Ari because it's like, okay, we can work together. I'm trying to make my career work. I'm trying to move up, but it just feels like it's he got to jump through too many hoops and hurdles. Yeah, they said natural causes. So how did you naturally order a solid gold casket months in advance? That's the only question I need answered. I mean, unless he's an intuitive, how would he know? Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Y'all, I don't know this to be true or not, but it feels like Ari may owe him money or is holding money over his head that she owes him. And this is another reason why he's strung along. Hey, Isaiah. Yeah, y'all know anything about him not getting paid? Because it feels like Ari may owe him money. Why y'all doing the lyrics from Not Gonna Cry, Child? Okay. Okay, so he said that before? Okay. Said I get scammer vibes from her. Oops. Said Ari is a mean girl. She doesn't care about any of her friends. Said I thought the story was he owes her money, but I don't know. Nah, this is looking like she owes him money. It's something she was supposed to give him. Some kind of agreement, contract negotiation and agreement. Something she was supposed to give him. Um, and there's aggression between the two of them. Said the last 47 times they fell out, Lord. Said isn't money back. The 2026 Jason and in a lawsuit with the lady from Tennessee. I know that they just stated that he has what could possibly be $100 million lawsuit. Child, that's what should have made me choke up. So yeah, whatever this is from the past between them. He may have even thought about taking her to court in the past to get whatever the balance was. I don't know if this was promissory or if it was a contract, but it's like child for Tucson. What it looks like is he gonna have to work too hard for the money if he's working with her. And I know everybody want to get their bag. You want to level up. You want to be able to live a certain way. But at the same time, you got to still have dignity, respect, and to find out that she could have told those people to run down on him if they wanted to be on the show. I don't understand why he keeps holding on to the friendship. I mean, to each his own. There's things we don't know, things we don't see, but it just seems so lopsided. The whole dynamic between them is very lopsided. So he was her assistant and he helped her with that cooking with Ari show. Okay. I still feel like she may still owe him some kind of money. It's some kind of contract or some kind of agreement from the past. But you got six of coins here, ace of coins, six of cups. And it feels like he may have been going to accept another type of job and he went in a whole nother direction because of her, because he felt like, okay, well, this is my people, it's guaranteed. And then here it is, he gets this offer to work. Knight of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles. And this is supposed to be like a really large amount of money for him, or a very comfortable amount of money that will definitely change his life for the better. But he hasn't, whatever it is, I don't feel like she held up the deal. It's like she's stingy. It's like it gives me the energy where you'll, hold a piece of steak over a hungry dog and let him salivate. Like she dangles things over him. It's like I give it to you when I feel like it. That's the energy I get. Welcome to membership, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, so he's trying to get himself together. Okay. And if you ask him about, her personality type, it looks like he would say stubborn, indifferent, but he's working to get his own bag up. At least he's trying. Um, Feels like he wants to walk away, but it's like I need this. I need this opportunity. There's lots of anxiety here. So he may, just go off to himself, like he needs like a, how do I say this? Like a mental health check-in or retreat. Not to say that he got to go to, some kind of center and check in or anything like that, but it's times to where he may feel like he needs to go ghost or something like that so that he can preserve, his dignity and his energy. Thank you. Said for a personal reading, please email at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. $44 for a 30-minute reading, $88 for a 60-minute reading, 111 for an ancestral reading, and 250 for a criminal aid reading. Said she fought in New York. Okay, so I'm not the only one that heard about that. Thank you, Christina Angel, because I was just mentioning that. Said she fought in New York this week and was hanging with the girl Stefan was hunching. Child, I noticed, funny you say that, I noticed she had on the same little red dress that she had on when they went to that Arrogante thing that he had. It was like her, Dream Doll, Geo, and some other girl, but yeah, I saw that. So were you with them when you got to, allegedly throwing hands? Because I would love to know. I would, yes, Benji was there too. So two of Stefan's, boo things was there. She said that she didn't say who she fought. Stefan girl is Tay friend, not Ari's. Interesting. Yeah, she didn't mention who it was. She said that's not ladylike, and she didn't want to get off into all those details. But she showed the bruise on her leg, and she talked about her hands, thinking she fractured something in her hand. Yeah, I heard Drake flew her out to Ibiza, so she out here living her life. She doing her thing. But there's there's a lot of anxiety here, y'all, in secret when it comes to them working together. And I feel like this is Tucson, like he don't know what to expect. Wheel of Fortune. So y'all, it's like this is that, I'm gonna come in, get my money. This is toxic. I'm gonna do what I gotta do and I'm gonna leave. Eight of Cups, he may have thought about walking away from the show. He was really, really, really upset about what happened. The Empress. So when you get the Empress to something like the Nine of Pentacles, which is the independent woman, that's not just talking about a child's mother. That also talks about what brought this into fruition, what caused this to happen. And he's saying the independent woman. Five of Swords with with the harsh communication. So he's in his energy. I gotta say allegedly, child, but allegedly in his energy, it feels like he's admitting that she got this popping. She got to talking crazy, talking spicy, telling people all types of stuff. How to get it popping, and that's pretty much how this came into fruition. So this was supposed to go in a whole different direction. It wasn't supposed to happen that way, but it looked like it was very fast and aggressive. And child, Eight of Swords. He's very heavy in his thoughts about this. Also, there's something to the element of how this happened, even though they sign, those contracts where they can't sue, for physical violence and things like that due to the nature of the show and what they're doing on the show. But child, this looked like somebody could have went to jail. Not necessarily an NDA. They have to sign a waiver and a release form. When you fight, you have to sign a waiver so that you can't just up and press charges. You're agreeing to go in here and do X, Y, and Z. So I do see people watching this show to see what happened because everybody wants to, see what happened to him. Five of Pentacles. These two are definitely not in a good place. So he has love for her, he does, but he's very, very heavy in his thoughts about this relationship and how he's being treated. And this, if he turns cold, it'll be solely for the money at this point. Like, I'm gonna just get my money and get the hell up out of here. It is what it is. Somebody could secretly have some legal troubles, or they need to keep things a secret so that they don't get in legal trouble. And it's like, that would be the hangman. So Don't expect them to tell the truth about none of those altercations we've heard about over the last week because they don't want the authorities to get involved. So, with that being said, with that type of energy, I really do believe that Ari may have got in a physical altercation, and the reason why folks ain't talking about it is to keep, the police from pulling up and knocking on people's doors. But it doesn't feel like her and him really have a close relationship. It's like they bounce off of each other. They'll fall out, come back together, bounce off of each other, fall out, come back together. But it just is he's starting to get tired. And he's looking at it like I should just walk away. I should just leave this alone. So I ain't say she was going to jail. I said they were never you will never catch them talking about this if they can help it or saying who it was or what actually happened because they don't want to be under investigation and get those knocks on the door. Is it possible somebody can go to jail? It's possible, but it would more so depend on the other party if they were willing to say something. Because right now, that person is a ghost. We have no idea who they are. We don't even know if it's true. Uh, let's see. Let's get off in the money bag, yo. Cause y'all, they've been catching it. Him and Ari have been catching strays for I want to say the last week or so. So for those of you who didn't see it, you don't know anything about it. Ari had recorded a video for social media showing all her engagement rings for Moneybag Yo, and they were huge rings. And y'all, some jewelers chimed in. The jewelers joined the chat and said that it's not a flex to be showing big, gaudy, fake jewelry and is lab created at best. And I said, "Ooh, child." You said, "Are you a lefty or a right, Miss Angel?" Baby, I'm ambidextrous. So I was shocked to see the jeweler call them out on it. Like, oh, the jeweler's out here? Because he broke it down. He talked about, the tester that they use to check for, carbon and to see if, this is something that actually is natural that comes out of the earth. Because when it comes to stones, all stones have like a carbon-based element that grow, come naturally in nature. So he was telling how they find how they really check diamonds, and he was like, running your diamonds under a water is not going to do anything. Is not going to help. You need the tester to test the carbon, or put them under blue lights, things like that. But the her running water over them is like, no, that's not how that's done. He said not lab made or moissanite. Well, most here's the thing: lab grown and moissanite would still be able to register on that tester because what it does is it registers carbon and it lets you know how high the elements are in the stone, which lets you know how precious it is. So those still admit a level of carbon. But let's tap into Moneybag Yo, y'all. Let's see what's going on with Yo, because $100 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. Show me the energy around Moneybag Yo in this alleged lawsuit. Said they're hating. She never said they were this or that. She just posted a video. I mean, is it hating? Because here's the thing. The truth can never be a diss. If you're, you know, putting them on the internet for the whole world to see, you're opening up the conversation and allowing people to come with commentary. So I don't think that a jeweler letting you know the clarity and how to test a diamond and show you a real diamond is not running them underwater. I don't think that's hating. Because if that's not the way you test them, that's just not the way you test them. At the chatter, I'm done. But what you're saying is not wrong. I've been telling people the stones on my nails can pass a carbon tester because it depends on what stones are on my nails. A lot of time I wear moissanite stones on my nails. So yeah. So I think Gucci and his wife diamonds are fake as well. At this point, the way things are going, I would rather see somebody do what they got to do to preserve their family's wealth than to throw everything away on some blood diamonds trying to impress people that they don't know. So I ain't gonna shade nobody for, wearing fake jewelry because at the end of the day, a lot of wealthy people will wear high end costume jewelry. And believe it or not, the costume jewelry, depending on what it is, can be very expensive. Not all costume jewelry is cheap. When you spend that kind of money, you need to be asking questions. You need to know the GVS. You need to see the paperwork on the diamond so you know the cut and clarity is you don't spend a certain amount of money on jewelry without doing some homework, especially if you've been buying jewelry for a while. So if you're spending large amounts of money and buying fake jewelry, that's on you. You don't know enough about precious gemstones and things like that. And precious gemstones are the ones that, let's say, somebody gets in a pinch. You got loose gemstones, child, you'll never be broke. You'll never be broke. That's another reason why wealthy people invest in certain types of jewelry because they could take those stones out and sell the actual stone itself and be back up like they never lost. Yep, there we go. I said the four C's of gemstones, cut, hold on, there we go. Cut, clarity, cost, and color. Show me money bag, yo. Okay, eight of cups, four of coins. So this talks about, being miserly. Okay. So he may not have taken something serious. Okay. May have, said, okay, well, you do what you do and we'll settle up in between. Hey, when you buy jewelry, you shouldn't have it properly appraised when you buy it. I will always tell y'all, get you a diamond broker. Don't be going to the mall. Don't go to Jared. Go to a diamond broker. A lot of times you can get natural stones for 80% off because, people will go to the diamond broker with real jewelry and that diamond broker will sell it for them on consignment. Way more affordable and you're getting the real deal. Except don't ever buy jewelry from the middle of the mall. Not if you want to actually invest in yourself. No. Yeah, nine of wands. So, this is him. He's upset about it, but he feels like he can push through and he can eventually win. It talks about the truth about this situation is going to be coming out soon. What are we not seeing about this situation? So, okay, okay, okay. So here it is. Three of Cups talks about celebrating, having a good time, partying, turning up. Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Y'all, this looks like somebody having a good time, turning up, you the man, you that dude, but you may not have been paying attention to your finances because Five of Pentacles is talking about being broke or possibly going broke. Page of Staffs, situation going in a new direction. This could affect his stability. So yeah, 100 million, absolutely. Seven of Swords. This talks about, being calculated, okay? And being sneaky, and now he's in a heavy burden. So he did do back-to-back tours. You said your sim said confirmation. Said I thought allegedly he was being sued by a former manager. I'm not sure who it is that is suing him because I didn't get a chance to sit down and read through it, but it looks like it's a $100 million lawsuit. Child, if somebody's suing him for $100 million, I don't see them ever getting it. In Brene's voice, she'll never see it. So you got the Empress here and the Wheel of Fortune. And y'all, they're about to really start. If this goes to court, if this doesn't get settled, they're really about to start digging in his affairs, finding out about his money, his properties, what does he have, all those things that you have to talk about in discovery. And we're gonna, find out about how his money goes. And this could be very embarrassing because I I'm not surprised though. A lot of these celebrities' money is not the way people think. A lot of celebrities' money is not the way people think. Are they living good? Are they comfortable? Yes. Um, do they have the money and the resources that a lot of people think they have? No. It's a selected few that are very, very well. So didn't Ari buy him 40 acres? I believe she did. I do believe she did. Yeah, this talks about taking a gamble, juggling, and this got the authorities involved. So I don't know what the hell he did. I don't know if he did an alleged Mayweather, but child, it looked like he took a gamble on something that got him into some legal hot water. Five of Swords. So, this is very embarrassing, but it's like he's saying that, there's like a conflict in communication. Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords. So that talks about trying to consider your options on what it is you can do. They could be in arbitration, seeing if they could settle something, talking back and forth to see, what's going to be done. I mean, what you gonna talk about at $100 million? Child, that's a pricey conversation. The Emperor, the Nine of Coins. So this talks about him being independent, being in control of a lot of the things that he's involved in or soon to be independent. It looks like everybody gonna be independent in a minute. How many people getting dropped from their labels between this year and next year? I don't know. At the end of the day, y'all, I personally feel it's better for an artist to be an independent because they get to keep more of what they work for. They get to put more of what they work for into, you know, their lineage, their family, their future. Two of Cups. So him and Ari, you know, looks like they've been going through it. Definitely not in a good place. I mean, child, she here, there, and everywhere. So that would also explain why Ari could be out doing her because if he ain't got it, child, she gonna go get it. She not about to sit there with him and he ain't got it. So it's like his past is catching up to him and it's becoming so much of a burden that you know, he can't, you know, cope or get out of this situation. He's trying to follow his intuition to see what he's gonna do next. I know he got to be over there shitting bricks. So y- Ace of Cups and the Tower under the Three of Cups. So it's like he likes to show love, and it's like he'll go out, he'll party. He's somebody, you know, who was, you know, spend it on the drinks. You know, he'll take care of those that he's dealing with. You know, if he got seven girls, he look out for the seven girls. I'm just giving, you know, ideas. Not saying that he got seven girls, but I'm just saying if you're dealing with seven different females, he likes the idea of being able to show love. And it seems like that's becoming a problem. So he may have turned up a little too much. And the one thing about that entertainment money, you got to really do something good with it while it's coming in, because eventually your career could slow down and your money is never the same. And you want the money, even when it slows down, to be able to maintain your lifestyle. You say I'm hearing no scrubs. Nah, scrub ain't gonna be showing no love. Now this that that's different. You ain't gonna have no scrub come in the club and, you know, making it rain, making sure everybody good, making sure everybody is taken care of. That's not scrub material. Now, if you talking about him being a scrub as far as cheating, I'll give you that because he be friendly. He just be out here floating around like a butterfly, just landing here and there. But let's see. His wish fulfillment is to try to get this to go in another direction because the Nine of Cups falls under the Page of Wands because he wants to maintain his stability. So Ari said she got to find someone to sponsor those lip injections. Avid, I knew you was gonna come in here and cut up. Say right, fool, shaking my head. They picked the right ones because who's praying Sanford done with his money? Said that makeup situation was a real jaw dropper for me. Like, damn, that wasn't even your business. For me, it was damn. What, that was your cousin? Your cousin allegedly is the one that stole this from up under you? Child, family ain't family in no more. So I just wait. I'm waiting for you to. It's too soon for that avid chatter. Talking about you need me to read Clive Davis oxygen tank. At least give it to maybe next Wednesday. Yeah, you know, you let him float around for a minute and figure out what department they're gonna send him to. Read his oxygen tank. Oh my god. Woo, child. Six of Swords. falling under the seven of swords. Hell of a combination there. So that's someone, like I said, being calculated, possibly being sneaky, trying to get out of a toxic situation to make something better for themselves. And something didn't work. The death card, something didn't work. Y'all are on a roll from GLP-1s to reading the oxygen tank. Lord. So, it's like he's trying to stand up for himself, but it's like this just feel like it came out of nowhere. Like this really just knocked him over. Like, are you serious? Like straight up. Two of coins. The hangman. Yeah. It's like he don't know which way to go, how to move forward. And it's like, something's got to come to an end for something to begin. But everything as he know it could completely be over if this goes to court, because this person could actually win a very large judgment against him. Now we don't know if the judge will allow, something as large as 100 million, but it looks like he could really face losing, you know, the shirt on his back, pretty much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Flow State. Thank you for all the stickers, y'all. I mean, ooh, like, damn, you've been in the game for how long? Like, dude, you don't want to have to go back and get it out the mud. Like, this is nuts. I told y'all 2025 to 2026 was gonna have people like, damn, 2026 to 2027 is gonna be like, I'm tired. Let me off this ride. Hey, Austin. We was looking for you yesterday in membership. Your buddy was here. Hey, Eric Pearson. So you got the sun here falling under the five of swords, which is like something can come to light about a conflict in a communication. Um, things getting out of hand. Somebody, you know, jumping the gun, so to speak. Hold on, I think I missed something. Yeah, it's a lot more that need to come out in discovery with this situation. But this person is prepared to fight him to try to win this case. I don't think they're gonna win nothing near 100 million, but he needs to be careful. This child. Ooh. Said I miss y'all. I'm a few steps away from becoming a dad. Y'all pray for me. The adoption is almost complete. Oh, many blessings. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Said Moneybag Yo is on the docket now. Yes, 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 yes. Said, are they playing with the live? You were moving in slow motion. Child, they play with my live every week. That's probably the new thing they doing. Oh, you happy to see me? Why, thank you. Great to see you here. Was he sleeping with her? Ooh, now that's an interesting question. Because ain't nothing like a spiteful, mad woman, child. Did they have an entanglement, y'all? Great question. Did they have an entanglement? Were these people entangled? Listen, you can't play with everybody. It's a decision that he's made that could possibly also send him to jail, depending on what come out with this case. It feel like this case could lead to a discovery of fraud if he's not careful. That's what it feels like. It's bordering. It feels like it's bordering fraud. Now we can't prove this, y'all. We can't prove this. Everything is alleged for entertainment purposes only. But you asked, did they smash? Did they hook up? Was they entangled? Were they entangled? You know, my tarot people, what this give you? Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. What that give y'all? So the question was, did Moneybag and the person suing him possibly have an entanglement? This is why they tell you don't shit where you sleep. Okay. He may have dealt with her while he was in a relationship, but it feel like they may have had, some kind of situation in the past because it falls under the Six of Cups. And even if it only went but so far, you can't be having people that you do business with that their hands touch your paperwork and money is exchanged. You can't deal with them like that. That's an easy way to mess up everything. Ten of Pentacles, judgment. Look at that, a judgment that could take all his money, y'all. So they might have to call him a yo because it looked like this other person gonna run off with the money bag if he ain't careful. So y'all, this ain't looking good for Moneybag Yo. I think he needs to do whatever he has to do to settle something out of court, get the lawyers to sit down and figure something out because it just seems like there's a conflict here and there's, arguing, not getting along, then that's how it feels like it got to court. But damn, $100 million? Shit. Like you and Mayweather, my God. All right, money bag, yo. We'll scratch you off. All righty. Jermaine Dupri got backlash for Clive Davis tribute suggestion for the BET Awards. Mm, I mean, I feel like that's feasible. Now he keeps shitting on Jigsaw. Lord have mercy. So let's tap into Jermaine Dupri to see why in the world would he want anybody to do a tribute to the man who taught the diddler. Like I feel like just sir, why? Like the story is like he's always had respect for Clive because Clive liked the song Money Ain't a Thing. Child, that song came out 17,000 years ago. Like, would you be happy if Manson said he liked the song too? Lord have mercy. We're gonna do a couple of oracles on that one. I don't even want to do tarot. I'm gonna jump in, jump out, jump side to side, and we're gonna skip out of this one because I want to know about the person who allegedly is in prison sliding down the wall, going through it. Ooh, damn. You say crisscross come to the front. Lord have mercy. Show me the energy behind Jermaine Dupri and this alleged suggestion for the BET Awards to do a tribute. And BET, why you got the child? You just made me re-mad. Why do you have to suggest that at BET? Why couldn't you go over to the Grammy board or to the American Music Awards and let them do that? Show me Jermaine Dupri. Show me the energy around Jermaine Dupri and the public. Love offer. So this is telling me that he felt like this was coming from a genuine place. And this definitely feels like this is something he came up with himself. Hello? You said black people don't even mess with BET no more. Black people don't even own BET anymore. It stopped being ours. Commitment. Okay. What am I looking at? What am I looking at already? He may have wanted to work with Five Davis at one point in time. You got protection here, emotional pain. So y'all, his feelings is hurt that y'all mad at him allegedly. Okay. I don't think he gonna ever tell y'all this, but he can't understand why y'all upset. You said we don't care. Wait a minute. Let me see something else. Hold on, let me see something else. Cause this deck not about to play with my life like this. Hold on. Is this the one I want to use? Nope, that ain't the one I want to use. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Oh, damn. Ran off like Dr. Little, y'all. Caught a case. Okay. So this is also a car, Lord. I don't want to go off into that. That's a rabbit hole. So this talks about, him, going through poor health, talking about Clyde Davis. I don't even want to read what's on this card. So I'm just gonna hold it up and let y'all read. Do with that what you will. So he's hunted, fishing for comments. So he read y'all comments, y'all. He's upset, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. He has read the dismay in the comments. Creeping and oh Lord, creeping and bankrupt. What is happening with these folks' situations? What is happening with these folks' situations? Ooh, the industry of the old is definitely yesterday's price is not today's price. Today looks like a closeout at Big Lots. I bet you money is a thing now. Shit. Jackpot and offer. So y'all, it feels like Clive Davis may have offered to work with him, and it was for a large nominal fee, and this is what has him locked into Clive Davis because of the opportunities that came out of him, having that cosign or that affiliation. Dirt digging. So he's gonna have to be careful because he done pissed people off so bad. Folks are gonna start, going back down memory lane. They're gonna start fact finding, finding out things about his past. Don't be surprised you start seeing some like YouTube documentaries where people are doing think tank pieces on Jermaine Dupri. So move in silence. He may have been, warned by somebody. You might just want to fall back. Don't say nothing else. This ain't really that. Miss Lady T, listen. Okay, so you got legal issues and always partying. Um, with this falling next to digging for dirt, people are really about to go back to the things that were said about him, possibly in the early 90s. And they're going to really, really investigate and look off into things. So, him associating himself with the likes of Clyde Davis, I don't think he understood the climate of what's going on today because it looks like you are over there with Team Beelzebub. And you know what people say, demons of a feather flock together. So it's one of those things to where I don't think he, in any shape, form, or fashion, thought that this was going to spark an uproar with people, let alone what I'm looking at potentially people digging into his past, doing think pieces on who he was in the early 90s and the rumors around him. But it looks like it's coming. Dodging bullets, scarcity tactics. Child. It looked like a lot of these people that were hot in the 90s and the 2000s are, they're trying to figure out ways to like repackage themselves in some type of way, recreate themselves, reinvent themselves because they got to get them bags back up, and the work is not the same as it used to be. So I guess he trying to advertise to whoever Clive's friends were, like, listen, he was a wonderful man. I need one of y'all to come save me, allegedly. I still want to work with whoever y'all are. See what I mean? Talking about digging into his past. Look at the card, child services. And he may have seen some comments, with fishing for comments with child services. This is a thing that people are bringing up in the comments. Now, I'm not saying anything is right, wrong, indifferent, true, false, any of that. I'm just telling you to expect these types of comments and people digging into the past to see if they can find any validity in what's being said. So people will be doing deep dives on him to see what's going on with him. It's like if you cool with them and we know that they're a part of those people, we need to be looking at you too. This is what this feels like. Creeping and ego. And see, he thought it was no big deal. Same shit, different day. But it's like he let his ego get the best of him. Like, y'all, he really didn't think this was gonna be a thing. Forcer, okay? Jackpot forcer, creativity. So he may have even tried to, not just suggest this, but like emphatically, it's just like, "Oh, we got to do this. This just happened, blah, blah, blah." He's one of the biggest people to ever be in the industry. Like he was really pushing this, pushing this, pushing this, pushing this. And people like, if you don't go to hell, allegedly, yeah, digging for dirt, child rejected. You got hooked and rejected. So it's like people are rejecting him, but literally they're going to be hooked on digging for dirt, looking him up, finding out more about him. And it's going to be the generation that grew up after me that weren't even around when Criss Cross had them pants on backwards and had us all trying to run to the bathroom and figure out how we going to unzip our ass to go pee. So it's like way different now. This generation is not indebted to the memory of what he used to be, or what he wants the world to see. They don't really get off into that group that was, a big part of the 90s to the 2000 crossover. It's not as important to them as it is for people in my generation. This next generation, they have the ones that they pick, the ones that they like, but the stand culture is totally not the same. No, they're totally not emotionally invested. Running, okay, running from legal issues ain't shit. Y'all, I would just suggest, if you have, what could be considered a shady past, some dicey things going on with your name, you might not want to speak up right now about what's going on with other people, because this isn't just him, y'all. The spirit of exposure is very strong. We're going to see, a lot of people get exposed this year. It's like people are getting the rug snatched from up under them. They getting they shiesty snatched off. There is no hiding this year. Who you are, you're going to have to be that, and you got to stand on it. And you're also going to have to stand on it if it's not favorable, and say, okay, well, I did such and so I own it, because it's like stuff is going to come out. And if you have a inflated ego, honey, the next 2 years is not for you. The next 2 years are going to be ego breaking years. We're talking about dark night of the soul. We're talking about people, learning who they really are and the part they should really play, versus, the image. So if you look at the persona versus the person, personas are going to be obliterated. We're going to find out about the actual people. Reflection. So here it is. He wanted to, reflect on the life of Clive Davis. And literally, it falls under dodging bullets. Like everybody was like, oh, hell no. I know you lying. And see, here's the thing, the backlash is not just black. I want y'all to understand that. This is something that feels unilateral. Like there's a lot of people, whether they will say it or not, it's like, nah, I don't think I want to touch that, because that feels like some swamp water. And anybody that could possibly be attached to somebody like Diddy and all the stuff that he has going on right now, it's just not a good look. So people are doing whatever they have to do to save themselves, so that they're not getting caught up, in what's about to be a tsunami of cancellations because you're gonna get people that's gonna get canceled so quick, they're gonna be the last ones to know about it. Like, how I get canceled? When that happen? Child services, scarcity tactics. Y'all, this new generation is definitely about to start asking questions about his relationships with minors and rumors and things that have been heard about him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an uptick on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram with think pieces and people going over the rumors that they heard. And it it's gonna be intriguing. So if I was him, I wouldn't stir this pot no more. I wouldn't want anybody to, get to digging because it just doesn't look good on his behalf. Not that they can send him to jail or anything. It's not going to look good on his behalf because it can affect his branding, his money, him being able to work, any bookings, any things of that nature. You don't want to be canceled by your own community and then you can't work. They don't want to book you. They don't want to have you work on this show. They don't want you to executive produce because you're attached to something that could be, inflammatory, so to speak. Yep, so this is a generation that's going to find out everything. Oh yeah. And it's like it is happening this way because they're the ones that aren't invested in the people that are about to be exposed. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the people that folks like, they got a lot going on, and it's gonna hurt people when the stuff comes out. But here it is, inside scoop, shine. It's if you're doing commentary, whether it's gossip commentary or the news, you're gonna make your money tenfold in the next 2 years because it's like once this court season starts and it's warming up now, you're going to have court case back to back to back. You're going to have all types of transcripts to read back to back to back, scandals back to back to back. So it's going to be really really good for those that work in the gossip sector. And in my opinion, this is why they're doing so much to try to stifle people's freedom of speech because you all have the power. You drive the culture. You are the pulse. You push the needle. If the public is not agreeing with the narrative that the industry is giving, it's not going to work. See, when there was no social media, they controlled all of the vantage point. So you had to just go with whatever you were told. There weren't any computers at a certain time where you could fact find and find out somebody lied about their age or somebody is married in 3 different counties and things like that. Like people in entertainment been having scandals. That's as long as there's a Hollywood, has been a scandal. But we didn't have access to people's personal records and business the way that we do now. So too busy winning, giving money, and creativity. This seems like all that he's concerned about. As long as he getting money. That's it. That's all he's worried about. But I think he needs to look at the bigger picture because it's like, how is this going to affect your integrity and your character? Because it's your integrity and your character that can have people down the line saying, "Nah, I'm good." Yes, the information is shared in a millisecond. Oh, wait a minute. Look, I gotta find that one that fell on the floor. Bad karma, him being rejected, crying over you. Hold on, what's on the floor? So remember, this kept popping up at the bottom of the deck. Same shit, different day. It's in reverse. So yesterday's energy is not today's energy. Queen Rising. This is telling me that people, spiritually, mentally are not in the same place that they used to be. So it's like now you got to be held accountable for things. You can't just slide through the cracks anymore and put everything on money and leveling up and bossing up. It, people want answers. Cock blocking ain't shit. So that child, that sums it up for everybody when it comes to how they feel about Clive Davis. Like he suggested this and he might as well got a Bunami because they like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Throw the whole pot out. Said funny they ushered in social media to push narratives, distract, and control, but it has always played a huge role in them being exposed and their downfall. Well, I mean, they said the revolution won't be televised, so maybe this was how the revolution is supposed to come out, the internet. Yep, so we are all tired of the BS. Yeah, this generation just they want the truth, and I can't blame them. Cyberbully, so he feel like cyberbully, obsessive lover. So, people are dragging him, they dragging him bad. And now, this falls on reflecting. People are going to go back and they're going to think over all the things throughout the years. Be like, oh, okay, he on that weird stuff. Didn't he have an accusation or two? Let me check and see. Let me Google it. Let me see what they were talking about. Y'all, what's crazy? How much people are going over to Lipstick Alley. People are going over to read those old Lipstick Alley threads and pulling up all types of dinosaur worth of information. And because Lipstick Alley in this generation is not, as big as it was, for us, people forgot all about Lipstick Alley and the tea that was spilled over there. So ain't no telling what's on Lipstick Alley that can have something about him. But it's like these are the types of searches, and giving an example. These are the types of searches that you're gonna have people do. They're gonna go back to like, you know, what's the other one? People used to swear, they you can't believe nothing they say. Media takeout, like media takeout, lipstick alley. You're gonna have people go back to sites like that. Go back to old magazine articles, things like that, and they're gonna get to studying. This is mm, he knows the comments on the internet though. They have been tearing him up. Romantic love affair and thief. Child, romantic love affair and thief sound like SA. Okay. And that falls under giving money. I don't know what that got to do with him, but if that's a thing, if there's any meat on the bones with that child, he could have had a case or something allegedly where he may have gave somebody some money to help them settle something for. Okay, we're saying allegedly now, allegedly, and it's on my table. I'm looking at it. I don't know if this is a rumor or if this is something that's true. I have to go in the backyard and ask Nomeo. My gnome that lives in a mushroom and he's very 420 friendly. But if he paid somebody off, child, oh no. For his sake, he better hope it's sealed. Said Clive took the booth. I'm not reading that out loud, Abbott. I'm not reading that one out loud because the way I fell out in my head laughing, reading it to myself. No, ma'am. Yeah, listen, he can't afford the way the internet works right now. And this ain't just, I want y'all to understand, this is, we're so used to saying cancel culture. This is not cancel culture. This is literally obliterate culture. Cause see, cancel culture don't really work like that. People, Chris Brown been canceled 75,000 times. Nicki's supposed to have been canceled since 2018. So, it's like cancel culture. This is not this. This is like, will end you. Yep, crying over you. Told y'all people gonna be hooked on looking up old information, trying to, find out if this is true, what's going on. Who is out here with all these fireworks? Love triangle screenshots. See what I mean about them digging up all his tea, all his dirt? You possibly cheating on folks. Proof about you cheating on folks. Like if he tied his shoelaces the wrong way in 1986, we might be about to find out about it. So I would think, it should be best for him to not say anything else, because Into You and Karmic Friends and then Shine. If people are going to be questioning, is this how you got so big because you had karmic associations? So if I was Jermaine Dupri, I just leave this one alone and sidestep backwards like Homer Simpson going into some bushes. Don't piss people off no more. Let this one go. Let this one rock. Let the general public forget you ever said this. Do not double down. I repeat, do not double down. They might just let you slide under the radar, but don't try to explain this. Don't try to fight this. So they still talking about him, and I was like, I wasn't. So it'd be like, wasn't that 2010, leave CB alone? They not gonna leave him alone until the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth come out about everything. And all these people that were around them when they were teenagers, because people gotta remember these were teenagers. So you threw them in the midst of a lot of grown-up activity, and they did, unfortunately, what some young people do, have a crash out moment. But what's the true story behind the crash out? That's what we need to know. What really happened behind the crash out? Ooh, okay. Got Jermaine Dupri out the way. Okay. Y'all, give me one moment. Let me run and tinkle right quick, because this Diddy one grieving, I know one of y'all gonna say something that's gonna make my bladder break, and I am not about to be in a position of trying to hold myself together with all this water I've been drinking. So give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Whee! Okay. All right. Now we can get off into Diddy sliding down the wall allegedly in lockup, y'all. Y'all not about to have me over here laughing with my bladder full. I know I can't take it already. So, what deck am I gonna use? Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay, I haven't used this one in a while. My old school people, you've been with me. You remember this deck? This was the deck that I used when I predicted that the feds and Homeland Security were coming to raid Diddy's properties, and indeed they did. All righty, child. Let's see what's, you know, let's see what's gonna come out, because ain't no telling, ain't no telling. Oh, you said you read Jolene real good off of that one. This one can get moody, y'all. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, so Seven of Cups and the Sun. So he's really, it's like Diddy's really considering his options, which way he's gonna go, what is he gonna do. And as you can see, they're at a mausoleum, okay, which represents the afterlife, death. So now that he's in the afterlife, what do I do? Because he knows, like, this is like exposure. It's almost like it's guaranteed that he's going to be exposed now, because the person who was covering him, the person that was protecting him, is now gone. So he's got to figure this out. So y'all, this don't feel like he was crying for Clive, Cat Daddy Clive. This feels like he was crying for himself, and it was a pinch of Clive in there somewhere. You said the deck match Clive, also Angel. Okay. So here we go. We got the King of Pentacles. So Cat Daddy, Sugar Daddy. Okay. This was definitely someone that he could have depended on financially, or to help him in business financially. And look, the death card. Okay. So he knows that if he needs large amounts of money to help bail him out, he's pretty much screwed. So Clive may have been, his go-to in his mind, that he was going to go to when he gets out. He's thinking, I'm going to, go back to my usual suspects, allegedly, but you can't. So this was a huge blow for Diddy, because it's like this is the all spark to who he is, who's kept him afloat, who's, bailed him out, who's really kept him going this whole time. Not Diddy turned into Esther Rose. It's Esther Rose. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, so Diddy Bop knows that he's done. Oh Lord. Eight of Cups. So he knows a lot of people are walking away from him. He's worried about going broke. Everything I'm saying is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. But it's like, everybody's walking away from him. He's worried about going broke. And this happening in the midst of all of that, like the one person I can count on, I can depend on. And damn, everybody else is leaving me, stranded. So at this point, he's definitely going to have to figure out something, because there's something going on that's going to literally wipe his income if he can't turn this around. So you got the justice here where he's trying to get everything under control. He's trying to bring a balance. He's waiting for a message to come in. Like any day now, he's hoping, like, he's hoping like this message is going to come in. Yeah, the chariot that I'm going to be able to leave, set me free. But he keeps ending up close but no cigar. Five of Pentacles. It just is not working. He Five of Wands. He's still fighting. He's about to take a leap of faith, and this feels like desperation at this point. Yeah, he's still fighting the courts. But Seven of Swords, this is like, by hook or crook, whatever it takes. And this feels like he's about to really get caught with dirt on his hands. So just think about this. He hasn't even faced the worst of his allegations and what's to come yet. And he's got to do it without his protection. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, he's all alone. Once again, there's that fool, the leap of faith. He's all alone. He's gonna have to figure out his own game plan. Child Clive. It's a Clive said he didn't know him. That clip will go down in history. He said, who? Like, how do you say you don't know who Diddy is? And he was your protege. Oh Lord. Said he's been doing plenty without protection. Said Angel Arrogante mom just exposed Tay for going broke and Ari paying his bills. Ooh, have mercy. Ooh, have mercy. I smell a deep dive coming. I got a few of them that are going to be uploaded um, throughout the week because I wanted to kind of pace them out. I didn't want to kind of overload y'all, but that's something to look into. I think I'll need to look into Ari and Friends. Y'all let me know if y'all want that because here it is. I told y'all there's a money issue over here with one friend, and now we're hearing there's a money issue with another friend. And if she's paying her friend's bills, and then you out here visiting, you know, globe trotting. I'm here, there, everywhere. I'm visiting Drake. I'm over here. I'm allegedly out here fighting. Child, it's something happening over there. It's that in itself is a show. Can we get a video on the storage locker and Adidas, baby? I need more context for that. I don't know what you're talking about at the moment, and it's so many shelves in my head full of information. You got to help me with that one. I'm lost a little bit. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, he needs money. He needs money. Six of Pentacles. He needs money. And it feels like Clive was someone that would always help or bail him out in some type of way, and now he doesn't have that help. Said if that's true, you already clocked that, Angel. You did say Tay Money was going to get funny after Nikki. Child, I didn't think it was gonna get hilarious. Now, damn, this is worse than funny. Said Angel, we know Diddy is distraught, but can we get to the Ray J sliding down too? Avid, I'm not dealing with you today. I am not. First of all, Ray J is doing everything he can to make the last however many months of his life spectacular because he already told us he ain't got too much time. And honey, I don't know nothing about no man buying a storage unit with Adidas collections. And to be honest with you, that's not something I'm gonna tap into. Said Adidas wants the content from the owner who's a content creator. They can't force him to turn it over if he bought it fair and square, but I'm not tapping into that. Believe it or not, stuff like that happen, you know, quite often. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Swords, which talks about the message coming into him. Um, Everything happened fast, like yeah, he's panicking. I'm getting really, really panicked energy on which way to go. What does he do now? Because he's really, really down bad when it comes to um supporters. And I'm not just talking about the public supporting him, it's way bigger than that. This is him being down bad due to, industry support, those that actually matter, that make the decisions. He's losing, the power that fueled him, that made him who he is. The ones that, apparently, allegedly put the battery in his back. King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, Page of Cups to the Ten of Swords. High Priestess. This this is somebody like, I'm apologetic because it's like behind the scenes secretly I got to do what I got to do. And the card of betrayal, this might actually kick off the beginning of the Snitch Olympics. So y'all don't be surprised if his non-friend gets some stuff leaked or gets in trouble for something. Like something may have been kind of like iffy, but then they get some definite information from a very close source. Mm-mm. Eight of Swords, because he's ready to come home. Eight of Cups to the Eight of Swords. He's ready to walk away from jail. So it's like, hey, if my career is over, the people who back me are unfortunately dying off. I can't deal with the people I used to deal with. I can't get the sponsorship I used to get. It's like he's trying to compartmentalize salvaging what he can salvage in his life. What's his new normal? And y'all know he's a Scorpio. So Scorpios, they hold on to things. If they fix their mind on something, I don't care how many years later, if they want to get back at you, they're going to do it. So he's in his Scorpio bag right now and he's ready to do whatever he has to do. Yeah. He about to tell some really, really big stuff. Mm. Who's in here from tarot class? Because I need y'all to cross reference something because I might be tripping. I might be tripping. This could be me. If anybody will look at something for me right quick, because I'm looking at something that could get told that is very, very large, something very big, and it's going to kick off the Snitch Olympics. And I think I'm tripping. I think I'm tripping. Whispers. This is what I see under the deck. This is what led it. You got justice and you got the star. I might be tripping. I might be tripping. I might be seeing that all the way wrong. Mm, I just want to make sure I'm not tripping because that's a I know you lying moment for sure. I mean, it could go either way. This could be somebody doing whatever they got to do to heal and rectify a situation for themselves so that they can walk out that door and come home. And I already got that, but I don't. I want to make sure that this that this ain't what I think this is. Because if this is what I think this is, he could be speaking to the DOJ about something that got to do with this. I got to, I think I'm tripping. I really do. I mean, you did say y'all ain't friends, but damn. I don't know. You got the Six of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Magician, and the Ten of Pentacles. That's somebody trying to escape a toxic, chaotic situation. I may not win the battle, but I'm going to win the war with the Nine of Wands. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to manifest the Magician, the best outcome for himself, and make money on top. Child, I got to put my deck down. If that wasn't out of left field, you got the world reversed, the King of Cups reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed. So he's trying to keep from having a situation come to a total close. King of Cups in reverse is a very vindictive, spiteful, hateful person. King of Pentacles in reverse is like he's going broke. So he's trying to get his bag up and he's trying to come home. So child, let the bodies hit the floor, figuratively. Now I know I said the Snitch Olympics is underway, but I ain't expect this. The Sun, High Priestess, and the Nine of Pentacles. That talks about exposure for a high level secret about a independent person or a singular situation. What you say, sang it shine. Ooh, said, can I see the card again? Absolutely. We've got justice, and at the bottom of the deck is the star. See, I knew one of y'all was gonna do it. Love De Niro said Diddy going diamond for Snitch Olympics. Damn, 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 Gina. Oh my word. I'm, I'm wow. Wow, wow, wow. So for me, the justice card, depending on what you're reading, can be the DOJ, not just bringing balance or just going to court. So when you got the DOJ, and listen, the card that falls up under that now that I shuffled is the Four of Wands. So that's doing whatever you got to do to get your stability. Y'all, he could be sitting down getting a four for four and a cigarette, having a very nice, cute conversation. Matter of fact, it's him. They might let him get a steak and a cigar for what he about to tell, allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, brats. I think you did it. I think you did it. I think you did it. That's about to be a deep dive. Shine versus shine. Oh my word. I think that's about to be a deep dive. Oh yeah. Cause I've been telling y'all the Snitch Olympics was coming, but damn. Like, oh, we ain't friends? Watch this. Said, is this how he got to reduce time? Oh, hold on. We got the Two of Cups and the High Priestess. Y'all, this falls under the chariot. I believe this tells me that he collaborated in secret, and this is how he got to reduce time. He gave them something that they really wanted, but they gonna play in his face because we'll reduce one and hit you with another. But he don't care. He want to get outside and smell the fresh air. Whatever he got to do to just get outside for the time being, he gonna do it. They let him outside, he gonna escape, allegedly. Yeah, Two of Swords, Five of Wands. That talks about cutting somebody off and making it to where they're not like neutralizing them, like making it to where they're not going to be able to fight back, um, so that you can lay a situation to rest. Two of Wands and the Tower. Oh, this decision is going to be disastrous for somebody in court. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. But it's like it's a disaster for Diddy because like this is like his last stronghold, his last strong link. Losing Clyde Davis literally was like one of the it's like the last cord being cut between him and the elite. So it's like, preservation. Only the strong survive. Gotta do what you gotta do. Um, because he's trying to get the situation to go in another direction. Five of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. So that right there tells me, y'all, ever since they got on TV and said that they not friends, he been in his feelings for sure. Um, like conflict in communication. Like, I know you lying. I know you didn't just get out here and say something like that after, everything that we done been through. You just gonna leave me hanging. Nine of Pentacles, leave me by myself. Um, I would have expected you to, at least extend a kind offer. Like he feels extremely betrayed, okay? And it's like I saw that and here it is. He's watching like you out here doing you like it's almost like he's trying to figure out if the other half of that peanut butter and jelly sandwich is about to try to, take a leave. 10 of Pentacles, hold on. Six of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. This is a hell of a lot of damn money, y'all. So this is letting me know that Clive I gotta say allegedly, is pretty much damn near solely responsible for Diddy being here, because it's like he would give him money, large amounts of money to help him out, and because the Six of Pentacles is leading that, um, he would just give it to him and he wouldn't even get it back. So he's forever. It's like he's forever indebted to him, not just emotionally, but it's like as long as he has air in his lungs, he would always owe him, because whatever it is that Clive Davis gave him, it doesn't feel like he could ever truly pay it back. And now that he's not here, y'all, now what will be interesting is if the Davis family decides to go after Diddy for money owed to Clive. Child, I would fall clean out. But it looks like he gave him lots and lots of money, and just here, what do you need? Just take it. Here, what do you need? And it just seems like now he needs that money, and he needs a very large amount of money. And this couldn't have happened at the worst time. So I'll put it like this. Let's say when he got out, he was gonna possibly go meet with Clive so Clive could put him back on, like he may have allegedly done before in the past. This was his plan. Like, I'm about to pop out, I'm about to do my thing. I'm gonna go over here. You got me, you always got me. You'll throw me something, help me get back on top. But that's not going to happen, because it's like he fell ill. Now he's no longer here. I'm really out here all alone by myself now. Um, he may still have other people that he works with that are elite, but they don't have the relationship that him and Clive had, especially not digging him out of financial ditches. So you got the Six of Wands here. Is something is going to be complicated with him moving forward. There's gonna be some hiccups here with him trying to go home, him trying to move forward, even with his career. He's definitely not, and I mean not, going to be able to get assistance from whoever the people are that were left. It's like this man was like the beams that were holding his career up. Without Clive Davis, I feel like he would have been gone a long time ago. Professionally, he wouldn't have lasted this long. So here it is Clive being laid to rest. And it's like now that he's being laid to rest, everything for Diddy goes in a different direction now. So what is it's like whatever is gonna be will be. He no longer has that, not just mentor, but that safety net. So y'all, this is a weird dynamic between them, because I mean, it's how do I say this? Allegedly, homie, lover, friend, father figure. It is some crossed weird ass lines here. This is like a ball of yarn. If you try to, you know, peel all the layers of an onion to get to the bottom and the nucleus of this relationship, good, bad, and different is probably everything you thought. It's all types of things that possibly should never go together. But this is what's been holding him together. Like this is literally the beams of his career that just came falling down. Avid, stranger things have happened. Yeah, he's doing a lot of reminiscing over the past, and he doesn't know how he's going to move forward. The hangman. This was the proverbial all of your eggs in one basket situation. This was that, I got one last roll of the dice, and boom, snake eyes. Yeah, 4 of cups. He's already facing rejection now that Clive just passed away, because Clive was really, really covering him. He was protecting him, and that's completely gone now. Abbott, I promise you I'm not playing with you. I'm not reading that out loud. Lord have mercy. Well, I mean, hey, you could be each other's Judys and each other's Jodies, I guess. I told you this is a very complex, ball of yarn. It's a bunch of gray areas that normally wouldn't go together like mismatched pairs of socks. Whatever you think this relationship is probably that. And then some. Because it's not what you expect. I promise you it's not what you expect. I'm sitting here looking at my table like he really is grieving, but it's like he's grieving the future that he's about to have, and he's grieving the person that he lost and the sentimental value of the relationship, but he don't need the sentimental part right now. He need the financial part, and the financial part, child, he ain't gonna be able to go over there to the Davis family and get not near damn nothing, especially not with these public scandals. Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Five of Wands. So y'all, he's trying to figure out how to keep people from coming forward to talk. And it's because he needs to be able to keep his opportunities. He still has it in his mind that he can walk out of this situation. He can, you know in his own way, maneuver. And it's like it's finally setting in that how does he maneuver without the people that have kept him going, because he's really a figurehead. It's like the real boss was Clive, and Clive allowed him to be in the front. So this is going to be very interesting for his business deals because, child, matter of fact, show me the energy between Diddy and Clive's family now that Clive has passed away. Show me the energy between Diddy and Clive Davis family now that Clive has passed away. The Hermit. They ghosted him, y'all. They're like, your relationship was with him, not us. Well, damn. Y'all see this? Now you see that's a tombstone, and that's a hand from the dead reaching up to get this coin. I'm telling you, y'all, King of Wands. He feels like the only thing he can do to come back to get this money is to get this person. Okay. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. You see how this person is hiding from the police? Five of Pentacles going broke, trying to hide from the authorities. So that tells me, when it comes down to these court cases, he's trying to avoid catching more charges because he's losing a lot. And I don't think the public knows how much he's lost as of yet. um Damn. Yeah, the sun is exposure. Yeah, it's gonna come out soon, y'all, that he's lost way more money than people think. He's possibly already poor. I mean, seriously. his there's going to be more going on with his properties as well because that Star Island house, they're having issues selling that. So yeah, it looks like Clive's family is like, no, thank you. Five of Cups, shame, humiliation, and regret. So, and you see, that's in the cemetery. So it's like if he had to visit Clive's grave, if they even let him get close enough, and I mean close enough for sure, because Clive will probably, they got money. He'll probably have like a mausoleum. I don't see him, being buried the regular way. It possibly make him a mausoleum. Say they dropped 4,000 pages of sealed documents in the Keefe D trial. That sounds about right because they should be going to court, I want to say by August, if I'm not mistaken. And I did tell y'all that they had new evidence coming, and lo and behold, the they said that they got so much new information they had to push the case back like 5 to 6 months. So wait a minute, before I shuffle, you got the Fool card here, and I want y'all to pay attention to this interaction on this card. So let's just say this is Clive, right? And this was Diddy, and now you got this Rose. Rose is going to be the indicator for traffic, okay? Um, Once again, I gotta say allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. This is who may have allegedly have brought Diddy in, not just in music, but got him into, the energy of what really was going to provide him making money. And this also, okay, so this would explain why he never cared about him paying him back because you can pay me back in other ways, allegedly. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Um, so with that being said, that goes back to you've been in debt with this man your whole entire career. His wealth has always somehow, some ways been flimsy. He's only had so much access to it because it's like, y'all, best way I can explain it is like he took the payday loan approach to his career. And because he took the payday loan approach to his career, the house got more money than he did. And we're going to see the end result of that when they start to untangle this paperwork and we start finding out who owns what's in, what accounts, what's in what name. Yes, Avid Chatter, the payday loan approach to his career. That's what this feels like. He said, baby, what if Clive left him some money that nobody knows about? Well, he got to get to it. And it looks like he got to get through the family and he got to get to it. And the family is like, hey, that was your situation with him. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. This talks about collaboration. But look at the collaboration, y'all. This is can't even say it. Multiple bureaus. There we go. Of investigation. Multiple bureaus of investigation. Y'all, this is about to be huge. And this falls under what could be the beginning of the Snitch Olympics. The Empress and Strength. So it's like his mother keep telling him to stay strong. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. Yeah, he's trying to figure out how does he recreate himself? How does he reinvent himself when he comes out? But it's like reinventing yourself don't make a difference if you don't have the capital. And who's going to invest in someone like Diddy? Who's going to, sign off on loans or insurance for business for someone like Diddy? You're not going to ever, in this climate right now, with everything that's coming out, get an insurance company that's going to allow him to have business insurance. It's too much of a gamble. Said, I doubt it. They are loyal to no one, so no one loyal to them are goofies. Cough. Usher. Damn. Usher stupid ass Raymond. Allegedly. That's what the comments say. Yep, said nobody. Said, honey, it's over. No one will buy what you selling. Yeah. Said, said she's a bird. Are you coming out? Nobody in my Keith voice, song voice. Lord. Listen, yeah, the hangman. He is this is why he's distraught. He don't know how to move forward. Everything is moving so fast. Life is coming at him fast. Like he don't know how to handle this situation, what to do. The love well, Gemini season. We went this happened in Gemini season, closing out spring, the summer solstice, going off into Cancer. But the lovers, hey, somebody is gonna start telling all types of damn tea about their relationship because balance through a new beginning, y'all. It's like at this point, he's like, I gotta do whatever I gotta do. I don't have any help. I don't have anybody else to collaborate with me. So that looks like he could become helpful giving information. Said he better sit back and drink some jailmade whiskey. I bet you somebody gave him some because they said he was in there wailing and crying. I said, not wailing, Lord have mercy. Page of Pentacles. He's worried about businesses, business opportunities. He's being ghosted by, okay, wait a minute. So, y'all, I got to say allegedly, but whoever the shadow person is that he's working with, the one that really runs everything, the one that's really in control of everything, the one where, they might be the actual primary name on the businesses or ownership of the stuff he got, they're ghosting him. He's not getting anything tangible, like no real communication. So, I mean, are you gonna even have a place to stay when you get out at this point? Because I mean, shit, everybody just turning their back. You know what? Damn it, Avid. Did you just say Puff could sell lube and make a killing? I don't want no take that jelly. And you can keep that. I mean, mm-mm. Said he want one last visit to the boom boom room. Said is okay, super conscious babe. That might be a thing because I'm telling you, it's someone that's very prominent that is like a silent business partner, but the silent business partner is the one who is actually the majority business partner or the actual person who is conducting business. And once again, he's a figurehead for this person. So it looked like he's been a figurehead throughout his career for several people. This fake it till you make it stuff got to stop. How you get all the way up there and it's still fake, allegedly. Seven of Wands. So it talks about him being very defensive, but this falls under Five of Pentacles. Like he is not trying to accept the idea of going broke. He's going out swinging. He's doing whatever he's got to do because it's like I'm being ostracized. Everybody turning their back on me. People that he feel like he loved or showed a lot of love to. So Mm. Lady T, if that's the silent business partner, child, she doing whatever the hell she want to do. They doing what they got to do. That's what this feel like. Says seriously doing all of that fake stuff for nothing. I mean, it just make me look back at you danced in an aluminum foil suit, and now you might not be able to afford aluminum foil. What the hell type of damn master flip is that? Woohoo! Damn, you said fake just like the rounds young Miami imagine. Oh Lord. Ooh Lord. Well, let's let young Miami enjoy her moment, child. She encouraging everybody to be boosters and to go to jail because you're gonna spend up all your money, and when you need to have something for your counsel, you ain't gonna have it because you was spending that shit, spending that shit, spending that shit. Now you need a lawyer and you ain't got it. I'm just tickled that a song that is like a romantic ode to boosters and card crackers is like literally on the charts right now. It's hilarious. So you got the wounded warrior, y'all, but Puffy still feel like I might have my back against the ropes, but somehow, some way, I can get out of this situation. But it's like he feels like now he's been backdoored, so he's going to actually he's going to actually give everybody what they gave him. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. If you backdoor me, I'm a backdoor you. We ain't cool. Okay, I ain't your friend. You ain't my friend. I'm gonna do you dirty because you ain't my friend. Said Carisha finna fall down too. I mean, damn. I mean, yeah, you really can't make this up. Are we watching Empire right now? Are we watching Empire? Dude is locked up. Carisha's still visiting him. She finally gets a song that sticks, and she says she gonna be there for him on the day he returned home. I don't think she realizes that this situation ain't gonna heal. And if he was gonna allegedly, get some money that was gonna put him back on top, that was allegedly gonna put her back on top if she tried to be down ass chick, something ain't something. And this is show me Carisha and Diddy next 6 months to a year. Carisha and Diddy take taking a leap of faith to try to strengthen a situation or get the upper hand in a situation. Child, you marry him, so y'all ain't got to testify against each other. I'm gonna faint and literally fan myself on the floor. He's very, very worried, y'all. Nine of swords, seven of swords. He's willing to do whatever it takes, and that falls right over here under the snitch Olympics role. Because he's like, I've been backdoored, so now I got to do whatever I got to do to get the upper hand. Um, Now look at. Hold on, y'all, because I want y'all to read this. This, damn it, you're not gonna play with me like that. Okay, so you got the moon here, which represents secrets attached to a woman that's like a siren. Sirens bring you in, and you never come back. Look at who the secrets are about. The strength. So we could say, secrets could go up to give him, the upper hand to strengthen his case to save himself. But what if those secrets coming out that can strengthen his case to help him save himself have to do with the Leo, the strength card? I feel like that's the second time we got a reference that got to do with people that were attached to a certain situation. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Mm. Did he have a hand in her signing to Andre Harrell's former record label? Andre Harrell's former, wait a minute, who are we talking about here? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, he's got a lot of ideas of what he needs to do to manifest a large amount of money. Y'all, that would be the ultimate snitching if that was to occur. The ultimate snitching. Lord have mercy. I'm sitting here trying to process this. Like I told y'all the Snitch Olympics was coming, but I did not expect the element that has to do with the strength card. Ooh, no, ma'am, no, sir. Temperance, balance through a new beginning, Queen of Pentacles. So, Carisha only worried about getting back on her feet, being financially stable, because it seems like there's like a standstill some kind of way. Until this song, she didn't know what she was going to do or how she's going to move forward with her career. Said Miami just signed the Uptown Records. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until this song, she didn't know how to move forward to get her financial stability. So it's like this is going to give her balance for a moment. Okay, that's the old lady you talking about Uptown Records. That is Andre Harrell. That is strange as hell. So, child, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So is that a favor that's being done from behind bars through somebody else out here? Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Said that was not on my bingo card for real. Imagine Shine snitching on Shine and helping Daystar 2026 don't owe me nothing. Oh Lord. Okay, you said that's what you were saying. I didn't know it was Uptown. That is his old label. That's very peculiar. Yeah, you got the two of pentacles. Like he's gonna roll the dice and take a chance, but he's gonna do whatever he gotta do to manifest. His child is like it's a fire sale in his life right now. Everything is 80% off. But it's like, is he gonna get the profit of selling this stuff? Like houses get sold, like what is he getting out of it? Because I feel like, whatever he gets, it'll be a stipend, enough for him to go start over. But it feels like the lion's share is gonna go to somebody else. And because he doesn't have who he used to have, people they feel like folks gonna start punking him now. So that explains why she's suddenly getting radio play. Well, that definitely sounds like somebody paying for a marketing budget. Said Diddy has fallen as low as Satan. No, he hasn't. Satan ain't that low. Y'all gotta understand, Satan out here doing his shimmy. He out here still manifesting and running them up. He is falling lower than Satan could ever fall. And he's still falling. He's free falling. And it looked like he gonna take his buddy with him. Oh shoot, wait a minute, card's falling. Where'd it go? Ooh, I didn't expect half of this. And I know he didn't expect none of this because I mean you couldn't have told him that the end of his spiritual contract would have been ending this way. You said Alexa play I'm falling down. Said I thought Diddy had something to do with Andre taking his last breath. Um, we may never know. But then again, we could find out because remember, for those of y'all that's been with me for a minute, I told y'all that this is a situation where they're going to cut the head off the snake and watch the body drop. So think about it, excuse me. Quincy Jones is gone. Clive Davis is gone. There's another big name. I can see his face and I can't think of his name. It's like three major heavyweights have passed away in the last, I want to say, 2 years. So, like the pillars, because the other one was connected to the Boule. So the pillars, the major pillars that made them who they are, they're gone. He says Steve Stout. Well, Steve Stout is he works between the shines. So, he can put out whatever narrative he need to help whoever he need to help, but that ain't gonna do it. Ain't nobody listening to no Steve Stout, not the general public. They can't control the narrative the way that they used to. And that's about to get scary. Um, Feels like that's why it's so much paperwork going around trying to write everybody up for what they commenting on social media because they are trying to scare people out of speaking up. Lily, I believe that that is exactly who I was talking about, Clarence Avant. Let me make sure. I believe that's who it is. First of all, spell correctly. There we go. Yes, that's exactly who it is, Lily. Thank you. Clarence Avant. So, yep, he passed 2 years ago. So it's like things started going downhill when he passed away. He was a major figure, okay? Major figure behind the scenes. Oh, Gordy ain't got nothing to do with this. He got his own stories that can come out though. Said, speaking of Avant, has some of the most bangers I've ever heard. Great voice, Randall. Why, thank you, Tyrone. Yeah, that's what I said. It started going downhill 2 years ago. He passed 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying, Lady T. That's why I showed that. He was a huge cornerstone and what it is that helped to hold things together. He was a major pillar. He was really a big fish. It's like if you had him in your pocket, you had a trump card. Talking about Shakir Stewart. Okay, he passed away. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The heavyweights are gone. You got Quincy Davis passed away. This guy passed away. Clyde Davis passed away. Um, we don't really hear much from Tommy Mottola nowadays, but like the major pillars that would have held it together for Diddy and his buddy, like they're losing them left, right, and center. Okay, so we're gonna go off into, is Zeus under investigation for a death? And we can tie that in with the Lemmy and Jocelyn apology, them apologizing to each other. So, and then we'll be done for this evening, y'all. I don't even, what deck do I want to use for Zeus Network? All righty. So the deck that I'm using for the Zeus Network, child, is Garbage Pail Kids. All my 90s people, you 80s and 90s, y'all remember these stickers. I feel like this is the appropriate deck to use for Zeus. So let's find out what the Garbage Pail Kids are talking about. Show me Zeus Network. What's the energy around the Zeus Network as of now? So, oh my gosh, I used those cards when I was a kid. I love those. They were so gross. Well, see, I picked the right deck. Okay, so we've got the King of Cups and the Page of Wands. So y'all, everybody's very, very tight-lipped. They're very emotional, very tight-lipped, trying to push things along to go in a new direction or a different direction. Um, it's like, Nine of Pentacles. Somebody may be singled out for something to avoid liability on a grander scale, or maybe that's the idea that they're trying to go for allegedly. So that's fake as hell, but he's a super snake. I'm just reading the energy overall over at Zeus, period. There's still something going on at Zeus, and they're being very tight-lipped about it to try to get things to go in another direction. So we gonna see what it is. So I think I still have my car somewhere around. So it's just the general energy, like everybody's quiet. They're making sure that they monitor the information that goes and comes right now. King of Coins, which talks about the person who is to be this is like the check signer, the one that's in control of everything, the EP. Okay, okay, this is why they being quiet. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups. They're trying to move through this as fast as possible because there is something going on that they don't want anybody to talk about. I don't think it's that story, but there is a story here. So we got conflict in communication, um, arguing, the Hermit. So somebody's ghosting somebody, or it's like overall the company is about to hit a snag because this is like the dark night of the soul. and people could separate from them after whatever this is hits the fan, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So it does feel like there's some hidden information here that could really affect the company. Yeah, the devil. Okay. And the Five of Cups. Very shameful, humiliating, toxic, negative information that can come out and really cost them everything. The Star, trying to heal and rectify this situation. Nine of Pentacles. So, y'all, what this feels like to me is the apology is loaded. It's full of shit. But it feels like allegedly the energy behind the apology is let me get over there next to Jocelyn so she will shut the hell up because it's something that she's saying that can really put us in a bad way. And the last thing that I want to do is have her say the wrong thing. Okay. So that apology was to save face because something she said was like a huge red flag and they don't want an investigation. I mean, what did she say? Yeah, trying to follow your intuition, Six of Coins. Y'all, he may have allegedly dropped a hefty bag on Jocelyn, like gave her some money, like here, bitch, shut up, allegedly. Like I need you to cooperate with me. Yeah, whatever this is was going to humiliate them. And I mean, this was going to be really bad. Ace of Swords. Whatever she said, it was the truth. And it was going to be humiliating. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll go get out there and I'll go to the house. So, okay, I gotta get back. Yeah, okay, I'm here. You come to say hi, now you're interrupting things. All right, yeah. So, yeah, the this is loaded. The apology was to make somebody be quiet. Y'all look. To whoever didn't see my sister before, there she go. Austin in the chat. Austin in the chat. I don't know if he's still in here, but Austin was in the chat. They say, hey sis. Yeah, 8 of Cups. Yep, here it is, the Hierophant. They need the highest of authorities to walk away from this. Like, oh no, nothing's going on over here, y'all. This is like when you and your siblings get into a fight, and the last thing you want to do is admit to your mama that y'all been fighting because both of y'all don't want a whooping. That's what this feels like. So let's play nice. Look, see, mama, we get along. We like each other. Yeah, because you need to make sure that whoever is in authority walks away. You don't need to turn this into a thing, allegedly. Uh-oh. Got the Queen of Coins. Yeah, look like Jocelyn got coined up. So remember when she was saying, he owe her money or something about the show, but he ain't want to pay her because she was going independent. Look like she got something. Look like she get to go independent and she got some money. It's like just shut your ass up. Lord. 2026 is doing the most. Is this gonna work? That's what I wanna know. Is this plan gonna work? The moon. Yeah, whatever these secrets are, the moon to the 10 of wands, this is a heavy burden. They don't know how they gonna get out of this. It's like, we please close your mouth because this is something that they cannot have happen, especially not right now. I mean, do we need to go back and listen to what Krishan said about them getting to it at the Diddy party? Because this feels adjacent, honey. This feels very adjacent. You said six of wands in reverse. It's not gonna work. They already looking. It's not gonna work. Damn. Four of coins. And if somebody's very, very stubborn, eight of swords at the bottom of the deck. This is what they worried about. Somebody worried about going to prison. Like, I cannot be the next Diddy. We don't need nobody over here doing this. We don't need nobody over here doing that. So it feels like all this other stuff was a distraction. Okay. All this other stuff was a distraction. But the apology, more so is I don't think these two wholeheartedly apologize, in my opinion. I think this apology was because, listen, if I go down, you go down. This. Look, we need to squash this. Since she played in those other ladies' faces who were actually being abused, thinking she was going to actually help them. Said Jocelyn told y'all that she not going back to the strip club, Stevie. Child, you gotta put a B in there, Stevie. Stevie. Yep, said it's evidence, either visual or document. And y'all, they need people off of them. And you got lots of arguing here. Knight of Cups, confrontational communication, extending the olive branch. Like, look, I'll give you a bag. Just shut your ass up. Because it looked like whatever Jocelyn was saying, there was some truth in there. Something is something she said in that statement got a large amount of truth to it. Might not be the whole statement, but it's she put it on the floor with something. And whatever it was she put it on the floor, look. The devil, the eight of swords. Toxicity, toxic ways, whatever you got going on could lead to going to prison. Going straight to jail. Yeah, the hermit. Dark night of the soul. Yeah, it's about to get real interesting over there. Lord, Lord, Lord. Nine of swords. It's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worrying. Trying to feel like, it's like they're trying to figure out, okay, how do we heal this situation? How do we turn this around? Before who? The King of Swords. Law enforcement gets involved. This is bad, y'all. This is really bad. Oh, this is bad. I know I said everybody will be in court, but I mean everybody will be in court. Like this apology campaign, this is about to get messy. And when the everything really start hitting the floor, you're gonna have people on Zeus that telling they I was a victim story, "Well, I saw this, and this, and what could I do about it? I'm only one person." Oh, yeah, this is bad. So I get it. I would have allegedly fake apologized too. but that didn't do shit. That's not gonna work. And this is why it's not gonna work. Knight of Wands, Queen of Cups. Y'all, somebody that they got is very, very well liked, okay, is about to take a leap of faith and trust their intuition and let us know about some Knight of Wands situations. Um, the Hermit, somebody that could have been ostracized already from the company. This look like rush hour traffic to me, y'all, if I ever seen it. And when I say rush hour, I mean child. It's like you can't get where you need to get too fast enough to do what you need to do. So we need to look closer at these damn bookings, child, because what y'all really being booked for? Six of Swords. They trying any and everything to get out of this situation because of who they've been collaborating with, who all may be involved in this. Because this will be a huge scandal, y'all, and I mean ginormous, ginormous. Because this would actually remember I've been telling y'all that I saw the things with Diddy being it like everything becoming international. I was shown a vision that looked like an FBI field office, but it was like state of the art. And they had a huge map that went across the wall, and there were thumbtacks with red cords attached to them, and they would put at the spot of origination, and then they would take it and go across like this, and they just kept going across, and eventually it was so many red strings that you couldn't really see the map, and I knew right then and there. I said, oh wow, this is international. Y'all, this is going to be the one that's going to bring like that world police, that collaboration, like Interpol. um this is, oh no. So yeah, I would want to be very quiet because they won't be able to travel with something like this. There will be no more going abroad and going here and going there. It's like you're gonna have to stay in your country, and even with that, the wrong scrutiny, you ain't gonna be able to move around here either. Let's see. Two of Swords falling under the Eight of Cups. They're trying to stop people from walking away. So people may be threatened to walk away from the network. More people threatening to walk away. And if anybody finds out that Jocelyn may have allegedly got her a couple of dollars, that might be hush money to walk away and do her thing, folks might start getting some ideas to do the same thing. So it's a whole lot about to go on. Is Livy a fire sign, y'all? Anybody know? Here you go, right here. Thank y'all for the confirmation. Here he is, right here, King of Wands, Queen of Coins, King of Wands, Queen of Coins. That talks about a domestic partner, someone that's like a wife as well. We're going to hear more about his personal life, his personal relationships. I hope it ain't abuse that's about to come out, because he got all type of stuff coming out. And one thing about an Aries, when you find an Aries that's in some mess, child, it's a landfill full. Yep, Justice. Justice falling under the Queen of Pentacles. Some It's a female that's a part of this network that may already be under investigation. And that's another reason why is yeah, 7 of Wands. So it's like he's getting defensive. He's trying to do whatever he can do to, keep people off of them, keep the investigations off of them. Yeah, I don't see it working. And I feel like when the information really starts to seep out, people are going to be like, I mean, clutching your pearls is an understatement. Remember when Ray J was going in at the beginning? I think this is what he was going in about. Like, I may be messed up, but I ain't this type of messed up. Like, this is what this is giving me. Uh, yes, that was a lady. I believe she was going to the tryouts that was found in an abandoned house in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. She went to the tryouts and never made it home. But, whew, yeah, I gotta cleanse my energy and reset. I really do. So I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna end this here because this is a deep dive that I need to really, really get off into. And I need to get off into it in a way that I don't have a time limit because this might be one of those hour and a half type readings easy. So hold on, let me write down because I don't want to forget this. I do not want to forget this. Hold on. We're Jocelyn and Lemmy, they're getting their own deep dive. And Sean versus Sean. I gotta write this down, y'all, so I can remember it because as soon as I find the moment, a free moment, those two are gonna be long. And I'm telling y'all right now, long like an hour and a half to like 2 hours, sort of like the Nicki versus Cardi B. Crazy thing is that wasn't even meant to be a two-parter. I somehow I thought I was pausing the video and stopped it. So that's how that became two. But it just worked out because I didn't realize how long I've been going anyway. So expect these to be longer. Also, we're doing another Nicki and Jay-Z deep dive. I'm going to do the pink print versus the blueprint. I think this will be part 4. And I'm going to tap into the energy around them and what's going on with them right now and what to expect for, I want to say, the next 6 months to a year in that energy. So all of those will be long. So it always amazes me that y'all like the long videos. I always used to be nervous with the long videos, like people gonna click off, they are not gonna watch this, and y'all actually do. So, for anybody that would like to book me, please email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com for a 30-minute reading. It is $44 for an hour. It is 88 for an ancestral reading. It's 111. And for a criminal aid reading, it is 250. I thank you, all of you, for your viewership and support. Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and cleanse the energy around my house because Whispers, thank you so much. And everybody who tapped in with me tonight, thank you so much. Whispers, it's so much I wanted to say, and I don't know how to say it because it's y'all, it's one of those things to where it's not even about being monetized. I don't even want the whole video to be snatched down because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I will say this, people are going to have to really, really, really think about how much making it big and being a celebrity means to them because it ain't even making you the kind of money that it used to make. You are really selling your soul and all your holds if you sign the wrong spiritual and physical contract. Is it really worth it? At the end of the day, I would say no, never. But I mean, damn, they buying them and it cheap. They getting people cheap nowadays. So y'all, Lord, listen. Whew. Membership, I will see you tomorrow night. Everybody else, I will see you for Allegedly Fridays. And of course, the after show will be on Twitch. So I am almost at 1,000 on Twitch. When I get to 1,000, y'all will finally be able to go back and watch the videos. So thank y'all. Everybody have a wonderful evening. And I will talk to y'all soon. A glass of red wine is calling my name. Yes, it is. Good night. You said Twitch is so fun. Oh, we gonna really cut up this Twitch this Friday. Get ready, y'all. Bye bye.